Okay. So we're going to go quickly today because we don't have that much time. But let me give you a little bit of setup here. So 250 years have passed since Guild Wars 1. The races, if you could go back to the 5 races. In Guild Wars 1, you played humans, and your greatest enemy was the Shar. But since then, a new threat has arisen. Elder dragons have risen from the land. They lay dormant for centuries. And actually, these elder dragons are so large, they lay underneath cities, underneath continents. A mountain ridge could be the back of a dragon. And they're waking up, they're coming to life. They're going to transform the land to take over the world if the races can't come together. So let's come together, let's choose human, and we'll go on. We have 8 professions to play with. Actually, 7 have been announced so far, and you can play with 7 in G-Star. Let's pick Elementalist, our Master of the Elements, caster profession. We'll go on, we'll see that there's extensive character customization. Please check this out at G-Star, play with this at G-Star. You'll see one really interesting thing we're doing also is our die system, armor die. We really want players to be unique, not just in the skills they choose, but in their appearance. And so not only do we let you dye everything, but even multiple channels per armor piece. If armor has metal and leather and cloth, you can dye them all separately. This is a starting set of colors, but there's hundreds to choose from. But let's go on. And I want to show you something unique about character creation here. And that is, when I create a character in Guild Wars 2, I get to pick my biography. And so I told you about storyline. The choices that I make will affect the game I experience. And not only in the game, but even before the game starts, I will make choices here that change the story I'll experience. So I choose the element that I'm most attuned to. That'll change my starting equipment. I choose my personality. Am I charismatic? Or am I ferocious, dignified? That'll change how I interact with NPCs. And now I'm going to make a choice about my background. And how was I raised? Was I raised among the nobility? Was I a commoner? Did I grow up on the streets? And you'll see in a second, this choice will change the story that I see right from the beginning of the game. Okay? And we go on, we make more choices. What was my greatest regret? Which god has blessed me as I was growing up? And these choices, again, these will come back and change the story that I see as I play the game. So I've got this biography. It shows me everything that I've chosen. And now let's go on, let's create this character. And we'll see how my choices right away lead into a branching storyline.
인간은 한때 케냐를 지배했다. 이제는 우리의 땅을 지키고 누린다. 우리는 해를 주장했어. 하지만 우리는 주저앉지 않을 것이다. 많은 나라가 몰락했다. 버티고 있는 건 오직 크리탈뿐. 비록 6시간 침묵한 거지 우리의 신념은 강하다. 우리는 용기를 버리지 않고 신성도시에서 당당히 이루는 것이다.
So right here, this story will change based on what I just chose.
이 도시는 내 고향이다. 나는 거리에서 자라났고 친구들이 있긴 하지만 내 삶은 고난의 연속이었다. 이 도시에서 나는 밑바닥의 한계까지 뛰어차기를 바라보았다. 하루를 버티는 것조차 힘든 삶. 더는 이렇게 살지 않겠다. 이제 신성도시를 벗어나 새로운 희망을 기대하며 걸음을 옮겨야겠다. 하지만 얄궂게도 히어모에 도착한 이곳에서 마을이 켄타우로스의 공격을 받고 있었다. 무고한 주민들이 위험에 처했다. 누군가 나서야 한다. 내 몸은 지킬 수 있다. 하지만 그게 전부는 아니지 않다. 누군가는 힘없는 사람을 도와야 한다. 내 이야기는 여기서 시작된다.
Okay, and my story starts. So think about that. I had 5 different races to choose from. And within those races, I had choices like nobility, commoner, streets. So 5 times 3, 15 different stories to experience just from the start of the game. So we get even players who normally play one character in an online world, they're going to want to play a lot of characters with Guild Wars 2. So they're going to want to see all the different stories they can experience. Okay, so I promised you I would start talking about combat. Let me tell you about combat in this game. So we have very active combat system here. You'll see that I can move around and cast skills at the same time. I can always use skills even if I don't have a target. So I never have to manually choose a target if I don't want to. We're early on in the game right here, but as monsters start attacking me back, I can roll to the side to avoid their attacks. Just double tap in any direction to roll in that direction. And we've got this new skill system. So just like Guild Wars 1, we have some skills here that every player can choose differently. So every elementalist can be different than every other elementalist. I will find the combo just for me. Right? But now on the left, we have a new system where in addition to that, I have skills that are particular to my weapon and profession. And so you can see here, as I'm fighting, I'm learning new staff skills, new elementalist staff skills. And as I progress, I'll learn new elements, fire, water, and I'll learn more as the demo goes on. And I'll pick up new weapons. And each time I pick up a new weapon, then that's a whole new set of skills to learn. So in combat, it's not only a matter of choosing what skills, but choosing what weapon I want to equip. Okay, so let's carry on with the story.
가상원님, 마을 반대편에 켄타우로스가 더 있습니다. 데커레이 부대장님이 요새에서 지원군을 요청하셨어요.
데커레이 부대장이 지원을 요청할 정도면 심각한 모양이지만 보낼 병력이 없어.
제가 가죠. 테커레이 부대장은 신성도시를 위해 헌신했어. 그분을 돕고 싶군요.
알타자르의 각과 함께하길. 이 전쟁에서 이기려면 그런 정신이 필요하죠.
Alright, so as we continue now, let's take a moment to look at the art. So we have our art director, Daniel Doshu, here today. He and his award-winning, literally, team of concept artists, they make such inspiring concept art. And in Guild Wars 1, we were inspired by it, but the game couldn't actually look like the concept art. But now the technology exists that we really try to make Guild Wars 2 look like the concept art. The backgrounds, the cinematics that you'll see, we tell stories through our concept art. Even the user interface, everything now is really a reflection of this art style.